I might remember long back before 10 years, about 10 years back, I, I spoke about dreams on Facebook, yeah. And in the Bible, there are a couple of ways through which God talks to his children. So one of it is dream. One of them is dreams. Okay, so what happened? That was the time when I was very crazy about Shruti, and I was looking out for her. And at one point of time, what happened was I asked. There was nobody to help me. Nobody came forward to help me. So I asked God to talk to me through my dreams. And then when I was concentrating before and after sleep, and I really recognized that every time when I slept, there was one dream or the other. And so what I did was I thanked God, and I woke up every time, and I recollected the dream, prayed and recollected the dream, and wrote it down. You might know long back. Okay, you might know. I even posted those dreams on Facebook. And I told people through Facebook that I require someone to interpret the dreams. So one day, what happened? My mother was that was after her first stroke. She was complete. She was really fine, and she was much better. And one day, what happened? This auntie, Malar auntie, came home. So what I did, they were talking. My mother auntie and my mom were talking. And I told her, mother auntie, like this auntie, I have. I think God is talking to me through dreams. So I would require you to uh, help me uh, interpret the dreams. You can at least try. It will be very useful for me. So I told her. She said okay, and I read the first dream to her, and she interpreted it really well, and I was really happy. And the second dream, I started reading it out to her. Even that she did it really well. And the third dream. So what happened? Okay, Auntie, I'm really happy. Now I'll read out the third dream to you. Please interpret, Auntie, because nobody's helping me. I told her. I started to read out the third dream. She said, I started reading it out, and after a few some time, I asked her, "So what does this mean, Auntie?" She said, "No, I can't help you. No, I can't help you because no, I just can't. I don't understand. I can't help you." Then it was clearly evident that she was not happy. This was long back, you know. This was about 9 or 10 years back. There was not one Christian who came forward to translate the dreams. When it, yeah, asked her, Auntie, why are you not helping me, Auntie? You have done the first two dreams really well. It's really informative and it's really helpful. God is talking. So please interpret the third one also. She said no. After reading it, she said no, I can't. It was clearly evident she was not happy that that information God was revealing to me. So that is what I wanted to tell you. So even now, it's now I think it's 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. or something. About 12 p.m. I woke up and I just had a dream, and then okay, let's. Then I thought for a while. Then, okay, maybe I'll post this on Facebook so that somebody comes forward to translate it. See what is happening. Even the dream, it is just a message from God, some good news. Even that they don't want to. They are so jealous of you. Not one Christian came forward. In fact, I remember I wrote all these dreams down. I wrote a couple every day. After night rest, I woke up. When I had time, I recollected the dream, prayed, and wrote the whole dream down. I think you remember. I did post a lot of dreams, wrote it down on Facebook, and posted it on Facebook. Yeah. And then after a point of time, I felt completely off, saying like, "What is this? Nobody's helping me. Nobody's helping." I got very upset, and I stopped recollecting and praying about my dreams, and I stopped recollecting the dreams. I stopped writing the dreams down on a paper, and I also stopped posting it on Facebook. That's how Christians are, you know. When God wants to tell you something, they'll do it. Nobody came forward, you know. At that point of time, nobody came forward. They work for their denomination. They work for themselves. If God is saying something to His child, they have to interpret it, right? So that didn't happen. So I felt really bad, and I stopped. I'm trying to help you even here, you know. And Michael, when a year about 8 or 10 months back, he was sharing this to someone else, like the house owner of our house. They were also Christians, CPM Christians. So I heard what he said. He told her, Auntie, I have one or two dreams. I think God is speaking to me, and he shared something. And he said, I remember this more than the other information he was telling her. And he told her like this information, yeah. So like about a shadow, a black shadow, which he saw in his dream moving about, which he saw in his dream. That is not a person nor his shadow, because the sun or the moon, and it is a shadow which is not from a human being. Yeah, it is a shadow. That's not a good sign, you know. How I'm saying this? Why is a shadow not a good sign? It is a sign of darkness. When uh, when there is a healing, right? I have heard testimonies of people saying, if there is a healing, there they will be praying. Somebody with for example, somebody with a sickness, they'll be praying, and when they get healed, what happens is that uh, a black shadow will depart from their body and walk away. That is it. Walk away. That is that black shadow will leave leave that person body who had the sickness, and leave him and just walk away. And once that black shadow leaves the body, that person is healed. That this happens while praying, you know. So that is there are many testimonies like this. And secondly, when I was in my 10th standard, after I returned, I and my mom, after we returned from a death, there was a window at top of our house. So only mom and I were there in the house. It was midnight, and the moon light was coming through the window. And once I couldn't sleep, and I didn't get sleep. So before I fell asleep, I saw a shadow in a person's head and the shoulders. A shadow um, in the moonlight. So that is something related to the devil. So if if you see that shadow, so what happens is that once I see that, I keep seeing that shadow, I tend to fear terribly. If I divert my eyes from looking that shadow and just go pray and go on with what I'm doing. I can just get over it and just move on. So that's one. So that's one proof, which means that shadow in a dream or in reality is not a good sign at nights. And another instance, what happened was about 7 or 8 years back. I was in Tambaram bridge, railway station's bridge, and I saw a shadow from a quite a, it's a, from a to an extent a long distance. I saw that shadow, only a shadow. There was no human. It was night time around 1 or 2 a.m. or something like that. But this shadow, I was watching it. As I told you, if I watch that, keep watching, looking at that shadow, the sense of fear will increase and it will keep increasing. So I have to keep my eyes off that shadow, and I just have to pray and mind my own business. Only then I can escape that darkness, that suffering. So this shadow, what happened this time? It was climbing up the stairs, and it reached the bridge, and it was coming to me. And the moment I saw it for a while, I realized it was a shadow, and then I ran away from it. So I escaped again. So that shadow is not a good sign. It might mean might, this. It might mean that this shadow, which appeared, which Michael was able to see in his dream, is not a good sign. It might mean that he has a darkness in him, because you know what happened to mother, right? So only someone who's possessed with an evil spirit will take to do. So I'm just saying that. Okay, so if you're going through a very tough time, even Miriam can try this. Yeah, it'll be very help. Even though this, see, 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 I went through a lot of suffering. Even at that time, Christians knew it and they didn't come forward to help me. Now I don't want to be the same like them because God is watching. So this is very informative and this will be helpful to you. So so what I'm saying is, if you're going through a tough time, suppose your child or your spouse or your friend or someone, your brother or someone who is suffering or you're going through suffering, you can talk to God. Tell God, ask Him to talk to you through dreams, and find out someone, Christian, someone who is too religious, who can help you interpret the dream. So it's as simple as that. So God will surely talk to you if you ask Him sincerely, and you can come out of that trouble. So even though those Christians, even in my darkest, even in my worst suffering, they didn't come forward to help me. And but I don't want to be like them because God is watching me. He has blessed me enough. Even now, every day I get dreams. Every day I sleep. He talks to me every, but there's nobody to interpret. So, so if you say someone can help you, best you can talk to. If you can talk to Malaranti and if she can interpret my, but that'll be very helpful. But I still no, I'm sure that I don't know, but I really think she will do the same. Some dreams she won't interpret. So if she interprets the dreams, then that will be really helpful. There are many things which God Himself wants to tell me, But Christians, even pastors, even people who are into, they do it for themselves or they do it for their denomination, they do it for their faith. So, at the same time, not all every Christian can do, who's into religion can do it, you know. Only some of them can do it. So, so have the, they have to have it, you know. They have to have the thing to help. Okay, God is talking to this brother. Let him be, let him be benefited. I'm not bothered about. Let him be benefited. He's someone good, so let him get the benefits. Let him flourish. Let him come up in life. Let him go reach great heights. I'm not bothered. I'm okay. God has blessed me. So people with such mentality will only help. So that's about it. So that is what if you're going through a tough time, even if you're not a Christian, you can, if you're someone born into Hinduism or some other religion, you're going through a very tough time. This is this really helps, you know, and it's very easy also. You can just talk, tell to God, explain the whole situation to God, just pray about it, and in your dream, God will talk to you, God will reveal it to you. Then you can write the dream down in your diary, or you can keep it in your memory, or best you can write it down. And then you can ask someone who is into Christianity, so that you get it interpreted. So just I'm just trying to help myself. I don't know whether I'm not sure whether I'll get help. And you see my head. There's no hair in my head. I'm bald. My whole face is filled with marks, and my mother is dead. If those I'm done so much for everyone, and even mainly women, you know. And see, return. I lost my mother. There's so much of suffering I go through, and and yeah. So that's about it. Thanks.